Thus far, we've talked about data confidentiality. This is the most relevant aspect and the first thing that springs to mind when data protection is concerned. But this doesn't always have to be the case. Sometimes the integrity of data is equally important. Data integrity refers to a situation when a given message has not been modified by an unauthorized person. Data integrity can be maintained by adding specific checksums to the data. This method also helps protecting the integrity of operating system files. If a document you open has a different checksum than that of a document saved by a trusted user, this points to a data integrity corruption. Why is integrity so important? Let's use online orders as an example. If someone has spied that we've ordered 5 books, this usually doesn't bother us. But if that person modifies the order value from 5 to 500 books, we would be less than happy. Integrity is a vital feature of information. Data authenticity is another key aspect to data security. Authenticity is a bit broader in scope than integrity. Authenticity is a feature of information that ensures that the sender of the data stream is legitimate, and that the data has not been modified after it was sent by a trusted sender. This feature can be verified through the use of digital signatures. We'll cover this in coming modules. As we've stressed before, you should not put too much faith in technology. You can see an example of why limited trust is the best option. It's a certificate for signing crucial information contained in system files, or exe files. It was stolen and used to sign malicious software. Authenticity is verified through digital signatures on files that are usually generated from certificates. A certificate has an assigned level of trust a user can give. The last feature of information is its availability. Data availability is specified in an SLA, Service Level Agreement. IT departments and business customers are bound with the terms and conditions of an SLA. The specifications of this contract define the maximum tolerable lengths of service unavailability and determine the amounts of information that can be lost after a disaster. You can find lots of information on SLAs on the internet. The key elements of the agreement are Recovery Time Objective, RTO, which is the duration of time in which a service can be unavailable. Most often calculated in a percentage. The closer to 100%, the longer the information needs to be available. Recovery Point Objective, RPO, which is the amount of data that can be lost in the event of a failure. The recovery time objective forms the foundation of all SLAs. The measure is the non-negotiable duration of time within which information or services can be unavailable. It is usually expressed as a number of nines. If a given service is to be provided 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, this means that an RTO value that has 5 nines, 99.999%, can only be shut down for whatever reason, maintenance, attacks, threats, for 5 minutes in a year. Agreeing on a 5 nines RTO means that a given service or information has to be protected in a special way. It's impossible to provide an RTO this high if data is stored in one system only. Hosting companies usually agree to a 4-digit RTO. Under the same assumptions, 3 nines mean that a service can shut down for 8 hours per year maximum. You can't expect your only computer to be set up for the whole year without interruption. And 8 hours will probably be too little to successfully deal with an attack or to restore a system after a failure. Another part of an SLA which is defined in all contracts of this type is a recovery point objective, which is the measure that determines the amount of data that can be lost after an attack. It's easier to ensure a recovery point objective of 0%. It's a matter of replicating data and creating backups than to ensure an RTO equaling 99.999%. In the case of the RTO, high availability comes with the need for investing in expensive equipment. SLAs are becoming increasingly popular, and it's quite possible that you'll often be asked to sign an SLA that determines the RPO as a 0%. Businesses need the guarantee that whatever happens, no data will be lost from the system. We have few technologies that can ensure implementing good values of RTO and RPO. We'll mention them later on in the next modules of this course. High availability of services usually require the use of specialist technologies that will also be covered in the next part of this course. Thank you.